Hi guys, this is Sarah with Raven's Crochet. Welcome back to my channel. And my furry feline Raven is down here on the floor. I've got a bunch of yarn in her spot right now. So she's trying to jump up here, but kind of thinks that she can't because she sees all this stuff going on. I am just about to work with my working yarn. I just put on my waste yarn. I did 6 rows of waste yarn. That is a good thing to do so that you can keep your ends more clean. Hi Raven. Raven just jumped up here. Would you like to see Raven? Here she is. Say hi, Raven. So I cut my waste yarn away about 6 inches from the feeder. I'm making sure I stop right between my white needle and my black needle. I'm going to bring that yarn forward. It's hanging down between my black and white needle, which is between stitch 40 and stitch 1. And that's where I like to start. I'm taking my... Now, your waste yarn does not have to be the same yarn weight as your working yarn. This, the waste yarn I just used is a basic 4 worsted weight yarn, and this is a 2 weight yarn. I'm not worried about that. I haven't had any issues with the waste yarn being a different yarn weight than the working yarn. So since I'm making a hat, I need a long tail to close it up and go make sure I go all around and get the live stitches. I need a long tail. So I go about 2 feet, 20 inches. It's about 19 inches for the average head, 21 inches sometimes for the bigger heads. About 2 feet's worth of yarn. Just drop it right in the middle. And you're going to put your yarn in your feeder. And you're going to make sure that that yarn is hanging down the same spot where your tail of your waste yarn is. You see there? And then I need to get my crochet hook fill. I'm using a 3.5mm hook. It's a great tool to have in case you need to help a stitch that got unstuck, or if it got stuck or something, or if you dropped a stitch and you need to pick it back up. This is a great tool to have. 3.5mm hook I think works best. And of course you need a pair of scissors, and I have a little bitty pair of folding scissors right here. I love these. These are great. Little small folding scissors. Search under that name under Amazon if you want to find these. The link should be in my description box below, and I will try to remember to put that link in there if you are interested in those scissors. And oh, I could put these in giveaways too. The small little bitty scissors I have for giveaways right now are like little bitty pink. They're really sharp pointed scissors I got from the dollar store, and I love them myself. I use them all the time in my house. I use them for like little bitty snipping projects, or if I need to cut really small things apart. But these have sharp points too. They're not as pointed. You can see they're not like pointy sharp, but they're pointy. They're just not like pointy. They're not piercing pointy sharp. You know what I mean? So, but they're really great scissors, and they have really sharp blades, and they're very durable. They pretty much just kind of slide into place. And I love these scissors. You make sure the blades are all the way down, and then you can push them together right there, and they go in your pocket, in your travel pouch, whatever. I love them. Anyways, set those aside. So this is a new year. I have a new love for Premier Yarns. As I mentioned in my last video, I am now an affiliate, so I would really appreciate it if you ever wanted to buy any yarn from Premier Yarns. That would be really great if you used my affiliate link. It would help me out, and it would fund my channel to buy more yarn to show you guys, and then afterwards I will put them in giveaways. Most of the yarn. I might use some of the yarn, and I will make projects to show you guys. And I like making small little bitty things to put in my giveaways too. I've done that a few times already, and I think that'll be really fun. That support will be towards my channel, and then that will provide me even more love to give back to you. So I think that'll be so fun and exciting. And then I have some notes here. I already did the waste yarn, knitting loom, and I just kind of took some notes of things so that I could possibly talk to you about while I'm looming. So anyways, I put my tail in the loom. I've got 2 feet of tail down there. Now, before I start cranking with my working yarn, I'm resetting my row counter. I have the dial turning one, which I like better. I hear it's better. You don't have as many fusses or issues with it as you do the digital counter, so I really like the dial setter. So I just reset it all to 0. So now I'm I'm gently tugging on these tails, making sure that they're in place and they're not going anywhere. And I'm just going to gently crank my handle. And Raven moved off to the side, so I'll reposition you. Just keep cranking, and I slow down when I get to my tails, and I tug on them again. I don't want to lose any stitches, and I make sure everything is underneath these little red divider thingies. At the end of each divider here, there's a little bitty lip that goes underneath, and that's where some of the yarn holds into place. So I'm just making sure all my yarn is tucked out underneath there, and I'm just going to gently keep going around. And since this is a thin yarn, I have my yarn through the feeder to where it goes all the way through and down towards the bottom. Now the thicker yarns, it's best to have it up through here, and then it comes out this bigger notch at the top. That's best for thicker yarns. So that's just a tension guide, pretty much is all it is. Now I said I was going to do about 10 rows for each color, so before my row clicks, you see how it's clicking on every row? Right there. And then it clicks. So when I get right there and right before it clicks, that's when I'm going to change my color. Right before it clicks over to row 10. So I just passed row 6. Row 7. I love doing this. It's actually a good exercise too. I can do this while I'm watching Netflix, watching YouTube videos, which I need to catch up on YouTube bad. So I just passed row 9, so now I'm going to slow down and pay attention and watch for my black needle to come up. There it is. I'm going to stop right here. I itch. So now I'm going to take my scissors, which are over here, and I'm going to cut just back here about 6 inches. And I actually need to put the ball band back on because there's no reason it needs to be off. This is a very, very thin yarn, and it was super easy to find the center. Some yarns you need to have more patience with, so you can't always find the center, but these smaller weighted yarns, most of the time, are easier. And I'm going to go with a darker purple now because it's just what I randomly just so happened to grab. So now I need to find the end because it's a little tangled, so please bear with me, or feel free to get up and go get your refill. I'm almost there. Okay, I'm seeing the end here. It's just kind of getting tangled up. There we go. Okay, we got it. Okay, so now I'm going to open the feeder and take my yarn and make sure it's between the black and the white needle. It's between stitch 40 and stitch 1. That's where I'm starting and beginning each and every color. Then take about a 6-inch tail long enough to tie into place, and then put it through the feeder. I'm going to hold these tails together and crank out a few stitches. I'm going to come back around. Before you let it pass, I'm going to go ahead and tie my colors together. I don't do this with your waste yarn. Don't do this with your waste yarn because you're going to end up removing that later. And you really just only need to make sure your tails are gently snugged down a little bit, so that way when it goes past the feeder, you don't lose the ending and beginning of that stitch. But all my color changes, I just tied a double knot. When I take this off the loom afterwards, I will tie an extra knot to secure it in place and trim the tails. Still leaving tails, but trimming the waist. So now I'm going to go up to row 20, but again, right before my row clicks over to 20, I'm going to stop between the black and white needle and change my color. And I will stop and show you guys that when I get to row 20. In the meantime, I don't know how to fast forward. I'm just going to yip-yap and talk to you guys about different stuff. My friend had a really nice service at his memorial. It didn't last very long. It was beautiful and heartfelt. And the lady that talked about him at his funeral, she described him like a tea. And there was one comment that she said that when she was describing him and how he was, my friend Randy, He's the type of person who'd be driving down the road, out through farm fields. Maybe he's on a road trip with his kids, and it's just too quiet in the car. And he sees a bale of hay out in the hayfield, and he just kind of drives by it and says, "Hey!" Hey, it made me laugh. That's just who he was. I can't remember the artist. I have to relook it up. But he would always sing this tune. There's only one Mona Lisa, only one leaning tower pizza. It's a really fun little tune. I can relate to it in some way because I was always told my face, my smile always looked like the Mona Lisa. But he would sing that tune, and he wasn't singing about no woman. He was singing about himself because he just thought he was that good, and he was. He was that good of a carpenter. But it was a really funny comment, and that's just the kind of person he was. He was obnoxious and inappropriate and funny. He always tried to cheer you up and always tried to help you. I'm changing colors. I'm going to snip my yarn, and I'm going to hunt for the center of my next color. But my friend really was a good guy. Over the years I've known him, he has grown to be a better person. I have a letter from him telling me I was one of the people that helped him become a better person, and I'm so thankful for that because he's helped me become a better person myself. And it's been amazing being his friend. I made a little boo-boo, so I'm going to fix it real quick. I've got a whole lot of stuff on my mind right now, and stuff I'm still trying to process. So we're just going to gently go through this with a simple knot and stitch through that until we reach right before row 20. There it is, because that's where I need to be, between my black and my white needle. So that's an invisible fix, not a big deal for me. So I'm going to put that tail in the middle, and I'm taking my new color. Now I'm on, that was Heirloom Rose, now I'm working with Petal. So a 6-inch tail out forward, just enough to tie it together, and gently tug on those down. Stitch a few hooks down, and then I kind of go off where I kind of go off around because I'm more comfortable tying it over here. So you might be more comfortable tying it this way. I'm more comfortable positioning myself this way to tie it. So wherever you're comfortable tying your two tails together, make sure you do it before you go fully past your first round. So that way you know you're not dropping your beginning and your ending stitch with the color change. That's my advice. You do what's comfortable for you in a way that suits your needs, just as long as you get those two ends tied together and you don't lose any stitches. So now I've just passed row 21 on that click. I'm going to go past 29. These are the two tails right here where I tied a simple invisible knot. Well, not really an invisible knot, but because I cut the yarn too short when I was talking to you. But yeah, there are a lot of really great things about my friend that we are all going to miss, but as long as we can focus on the good and the good memories that we have of him, we will be living in his honor and honoring him in peace as we try to move on with our lives and focus on the good memories that we have of him. I'm trying so hard to stay positive, and I've heard it all. There's not really much more than anyone can say to me about trying to stay positive, and it happens for a reason, and it's part of God's master plan, and this and that. He's in a better place, yada, yada, yada. No one will ever get over the loss of a loved one. And I was watching a motivational speaker earlier today. I'm about to change colors. And she said that, you know, a lot of people don't know how to deal with pain and grief and suffer and loss. And that's okay. People are awkward about that because of that, and that's okay. But think about it before you tell someone who's suffered the loss of a loved one, oh, just you get over it, move on with your life. It's not healthy to keep their things in your possession. You know, you need to get rid of that. It's not a big deal. I mean, I've suffered blah 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 blah. I've had the same thing. I know how you feel. Blah blah blah. Would you, when you passed away, would you want anyone to say that about you? That's what this motivational speaker said. If you were the one who passed away and someone said that so disheartening thing to you, oh, just get over it, you'll be fine. Would you want anyone to say that about you after you passed? Like, I don't think so. Like, that's a good way to look at it. That's a good point. So you have to respect everyone's wishes on how they want to process and grieve, because everyone is different and everyone has a different way of doing it. So I'm changing colors again. I'm dropping that one, and I've used all 3 colors. Now I'm going back to sand. I'm just going to do an even striped effect. And it's okay that I only have 3 colors, and I'm only doing 10 rows. That's pretty much 1 extra color I'm going to have, but this is still going to be gorgeous. It's going to be really, really, really pretty. And since this is so nice to work with, oops, I'm skipped a stitch. Something happened. I missed a stitch. I might have to start all over, guys, but that's okay. That's part of working with this. Yep, I'm going to have to start all over. Actually, no, I can fix that. Where's my hook? This is also part of the learning process, guys, because I too am actually just learning with this. And I think I can fix this. I've seen other podcasters do the same thing. And what I'm basically going to do is take a scrap piece of yarn of a contrasting color. Take my other scissors that are already open, bladed, cut a snip, and I'm going to feed that through with my crochet hook, and I'm going to tie a knot, just one little bitty loose knot, just like that. I'm not even going to tighten it down. And then once I get several more rows passed down, I will be able to go in there much better, and I will be able to fix it and weave it in. And then I will take a piece of scrap yarn that is of the same color, and I will do a simple double knot, and I will weave in the ends underneath the fabric that will not be seen. So there's a trick there. So I'm going to keep going. I'm at 31 rows. Let's see here. If I can't recast on that 1 stitch I just lost, then I'm going to have to start all over. Which is no big deal. It's part of practicing. And you're always going to have errors and boo-boos because you're not perfect. No one is. And practice will never make perfect, but practice does make you better. I just want to do several rows and see how I do. Go up to my color change. I'm at 37 rows now. Now I'm at 37 rows. If it's something that is working, that's fine. It looks like it is. But I can keep this on here, and I can repair the whole. Okay, so I just passed and went too far, but that's okay. We can go back. Instead of these stitches getting re-lifted up when you go backwards, make sure when the needle comes up that you make sure that stitch stays down, and then you can go back. That's all I need. I only need to go back 1 stitch. So just right there. I'm going to cut my work. Close those scissors so I don't make a boo-boo. And there's my hook, and these scissors can be put away. And you see how this looks here. That is perfect. I can repair this so easily. I don't have to redo all this work. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to leave this just like it is right here, and I'm going to let it hang out. And then when I take it off the knitting loom, I will be able to weave this yarn through better. And I could probably actually do it right now. Can I? Let's try it and see what happens. I've never really done this exact thing before. I'm just trying to learn from watching other people's videos, but maybe if I pull a stitch through with that, that collects that. But I don't want to lose that stitch either. Let me see here. I'm just kind of winging it here, guys. And I know you guys probably can't see half of what I'm doing because of my big old hands. Okay. I'm going to weave this through this loop so I don't lose the live stitch. Find the tail end and pull it through. Okay. And then I'm going to just do a double knot right here. Now obviously this is going to need some more repair, and I can do that so easily. Plus that can be the inside of the hat. Now this is a learning process. If I don't like how this looks, I'm going to do maybe like a couple of dozen more rows with some more color changes. If I don't like how this looks, I can always take this out and redo it. And just do it again. No big deal. So I'm changing colors here, and I'm going to keep cranking the handle. Now, seeing how far into this video, guys, I really wanted to try to get this whole hat done for you guys in one swoop, but with the issue I had and everything with the yarn here, I'm not going to be able to do that. So I will come back in my next video, and I will show you guys how to close up the ends on the hat. I will show you guys that. I will finish it with you guys, and then I will show you guys the ending project. In the meantime, I wanted to share some other things with you guys. Let me check my notes. I wanted to mention some other good memories that I have with my friend, because I think it's actually really healthy and a good way to start the healing process with trying to remember the better memories, mostly of what you could laugh to. And one of my favorite memories with my friend was when we were playing with the kids. We were playing with the Nerf guns and stuff. Randy was walking around without a shirt like he typically did in the house. And the kids decided to start shooting Nerf guns at him, and we did. And a couple of them got stuck on his belly and on the back of his head. He was bald at the time. That was funny. The kids would play fight a lot. Like, I would play fight a lot. I was younger. I was in my 20s, and I had a lot more energy. Like, I loved playing with the kids when they were younger. The one thing that Randy would do to me, I will not miss. Like, he hadn't done it to me in like 9 years, I think, by this point. It was a long time ago. We would play fight. He would hold me down. He would lick my face and then blow all over it to let it dry. Like, yeah, like things that make you go, ugh. It's like, I would be cute and like nip him on the nose and maybe like lick him on the nose a little bit with or lick him on his cheek just a little bit, you know, just to be cute and sassy. But no, he would lick the whole face and then blow all over it. So I don't miss that at all. That was a fun, good, humorous memory I thought of last night. I just passed row 50. Where's my black hook? I think I went way past my black hook. Yep. They're not going to notice one extra row, so we're just going to go with it. Where'd my scissors go? Scissors. Okay. So cut a 6-inch tail away from the feeder and drop it between your white and your black hook, before your black hook goes all the way down, that is. And if you're doing this, make sure you're following, if you're watching TV, like I'm not watching TV, but I'm watching myself talk to you guys pretty much. You got to pay attention to your row counts and make sure you're changing the right colors in the right order that you want them to be. Because right now, I just randomly picked the order. I'm doing sand, heirloom, rose, petal. Sand, rose, petal. Sand, rose, petal. So, seeing how this is working up right now, though, I'm seeing not just 2 drop stitches, I'm seeing 2 more. And they are leaving really, really, really large. Yep, see, there's another one that's coming undone right now. So I don't like how any of this is looking right now. I'm not a huge perfectionist, but I am somewhat of a perfectionist, and I want my work to look really nice when I gift it. So I'm going to start all over completely from scratch, but I'm going to go ahead and leave you guys this video anyways, because you know, there are some learning mistakes in here that you guys hopefully can learn from as well. And with that being said, I'm going to bid you adieu. I'm going to watch probably some fancy old movie. My coworker last night was listening to T-Bone Walker. Sounded like blues rock. I really like it. If you've ever listened to T-Bone Walker, I heard of him for the first time last night. I think I'm going to go relax to some of his music for a little bit. And was there anything else I wanted to mention here? I've got to do a yarn swap with somebody. I think I'm gonna try to do that next month. I've got to email her about the yarn swap because I'm really interested in doing that. I told you guys that I'm gonna show you guys the family photo of my friends who they're wearing all the yarn stuff I made for them. I need to leave a link for you guys for the knitting loom tutorials I've been watching. Juju's channel, I think that's her name. I've been following a lot of her channels right now, and I think the tutorials she's doing right now are on the smaller loom. I don't personally have the smaller loom. I can't afford it right now. I'm not interested in having it right now because I'm still practicing with this and getting to know this machine. No way in heck I can get to know it in 30 days because that's about how long it's been since I've been playing with it now. I need more time. And I literally have so many crochet projects I want to get done. It's going to keep me busy for 2 years. I don't need anything else right now. So, except more yarn and more love and more prayers for baby winter and prayers for anyone who needs them. If anyone is in need of prayer, you're always more than welcome to leave a prayer request in the comments below if you would like for me to pray with for someone. I am a judge-free channel, and I'm not against Christianity. I'm not against anyone's religion. I don't care if you worship a different idol. That's your choice. That it's not for me to judge. That it's not for anyone to judge. That is your business. You do you. You do what makes you happy. You do what makes you comfortable. Don't respond to the negativity. It's just going to add fuel to the fire. You do what makes you happy, and as long as you know that you think you're doing the right thing, and like I've got witnesses and I got backup and I got support and I have so much love and I just want nothing but positivity and love to be spread around. I don't think there's anything else I need to share with you guys. I pretty much went over everything. I did want to mention I thought I was really strong at the funeral. I sat alone, but I'm not frightened about it. I was pretty much there for the family. I was there for my friend to pay my respects, but I was more there for the family. Because I know what it's like to be alone and to be physically alone. Even when you feel alone, sometimes you can be alone, and even when you are alone, sometimes it feels like you're alone. It's vice versa, whatever, you know what I mean. It sucked, but I thought I was really strong. I didn't cry as much as I thought I was gonna cry. So that's what positivity and faith helps for. It's helped me so much with the healing process already. Keeping my faith up, keeping my positivity up, keeping my love up, because love is one of the greatest gifts that we all have. So I love you guys so much for your love and your support. And I hope you guys are having a really great one. And again, if you have any prayer requests you'd like for me to add to my prayer list, then please drop them in the comments below, or you can email me if you want to be more descriptive, if you want to leave a more personalized comment. You're more than welcome to send me an email. And I do want to apologize for that as well. With everything I've been going through, I have ignored my email for like the past 5 days, and I do apologize for that. I do have 2 boxes I'm getting ready to ship. So I'm so sorry those are delayed. I'm feeling bad about it regardless of what you say. I'm still going to feel bad about it, but I'm adding extra goodies and extra love into them because I really, really do appreciate your patience and your support and all of you for that matter. So, and for this, I'm going to have a giveaway in February for Valentine's Day. So, again, I hope you guys are having a great one. Have a great week. And I will see you guys really soon in the next video. And I will show you guys, once this hat is knitted up, I will show you guys how I close it. Okay? All right, bye. Bye-bye.